Daniel Carter grew up in a small town where life was tough. By the time he was 20, he worked in a noisy factory, earning just enough to survive. Every day was the same: long hours, dirty hands, and a tired body. But inside, Daniel dreamed of something better. He didn't know how or when, but he believed his life could change. During breaks at work, while others talked or scrolled through their phones, Daniel read books about business and success. One book, Start With Why, by Simon Sinek, stood out to him. It taught him the importance of understanding purpose, why you do what you do. Another book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki, opened his eyes to the possibilities of building wealth through creativity and persistence. These books planted seeds in his mind, teaching him to think differently about problems and how to solve them. One evening, after a hard day at work, Daniel got home to find an eviction notice on his door. He stood there in shock. That night, he sat at his small table, staring at the bills he couldn't pay. The words from the books came back to him: "What is your purpose?" With this in mind, he grabbed a notepad and wrote one question: "What can I do to make life better?" He thought about his factory job. The tools they used were old and unsafe. He had seen people get hurt many times. That's when an idea hit him: what if he could make a better tool? Something safer and easier to use? Daniel didn't have much money, but he worked extra hours to save up for materials. On weekends, he worked in his small garage, trying to build his idea. His first few tries didn't work. The tools broke, and he felt frustrated. Some nights, he wanted to give up. But he couldn't. He thought about the lessons from the books, how failure is a stepping stone and persistence pays off. He thought about the factory, the injuries, and his dreams of a better life. After months of hard work, he finally created a tool that worked. It was safer and faster than the ones they used in the factory. Daniel felt excited but scared. Would anyone care about his invention? He used his savings to get a patent and started calling local factories to ask if they would try his tool. Most said no. But one small factory agreed to give it a chance. Daniel was so nervous he couldn't sleep the night before the meeting. When they tested his tool, it worked perfectly. The factory owner was impressed and placed an order. Slowly, more factories started calling, and Daniel's small idea began to grow. Daniel reinvested his money to improve his tools and reach more customers. He taught himself how to market his product online and attended events to show off his invention. It wasn't easy. Some nights, he felt like quitting. People doubted him, told him to stop dreaming, and stick to his factory job. But Daniel kept going. One day, a big company noticed his work and placed a huge order. That was the breakthrough he needed. Over the next few years, Daniel's business grew. He hired workers, moved into a proper office, and started selling his tools all over the world. Today, Daniel Carter is the owner of a global business. But he hasn't forgotten his beginnings. He now helps factory workers learn new skills and works to improve safety in workplaces everywhere. When people ask him how he did it, Daniel says, "The books I read gave me the mindset. My work gave me the determination. And my purpose gave me the reason to keep going." Daniel's story shows that no matter where you start, you can achieve great things. All it takes is hard work, a clear goal, and the courage to keep going. What's stopping you from chasing your dreams? Maybe today is the day to take the first step.